Hi everybody, thanks for pressing play on the video today. It's Caroline here from craftycarolinecreates.com. Today we are going to make this very cute but very simple little treat box which houses inside whatever you want. You know, a lot of chocolates would fit in there. I've popped in a little pack, excuse me, got a bit of a cold, a pack of Stampin' Up embellishments, because these are going to go out in the congratulation packs that go out to my team members who have recently promoted. I love celebrating people's success as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I love this little t-shirt with this happy stamper stamp. Beautiful, isn't it? Okay, let's stop babbling and I will show you how I made it. We're going to start and do all of the stamping first, and then we will make up the box at the end. So this is a piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock. It measures 3 3/4 of an inch by 7 1/4. All of the dimensions will be on my blog as always. We're going to start with some tone on tone stamping using the Custom Tea stamp set, which is a really lovely stamp set. 35 different stamps in here, really useful. The idea is you can stamp the t-shirts and then stamp some slogans on them, and you can add collars and ties and even make it into a suit. This just transforms it once you stamp this onto the t-shirt. But it's also a really good sentiment set. You know, there's lots of different sentiments in there. I think it's a really lovely set. We're going to start using this little flower, and we're going to do some tone on tone stamping. So we've got Tempting Turquoise cardstock and Tempting Turquoise ink, and we are just going to randomly stamp these little flowers all over the cardstock. Okay, we're just going to concentrate on the bottom of the cardstock and then equally the sides. Flip it over and do exactly the same but the opposite side, because we are not going to see all of the cardstock, so there's no point wasting time and ink stamping all over. I mean, you can do if you want, but it's not necessary. And as you know, whenever we do these patterns, just keep it completely random. Pay attention so you don't get these half flowers, but I don't think we're going to see those, so it's not so important. Okay, perfect, that is that done. And then we are going to put that to one side, and I've got a scrap of Whisper White, and let's stamp our t-shirt. So I'm going to do the outside of the t-shirt in Melon Mambo, just to really mix up those colours. So let's stamp that down. I'm just going to pop a foam mat underneath here. It does give a little bit of a better result when you're using photopolymer. Just going to stamp that down there. Pop that to one side. Then I'm going to add a little collar, also in Melon Mambo. Very trendy. These sort of Peter Pan collars, aren't they? It's a bit difficult for me to do this with the camera in the way, but I'll do my best. A little bit wonky, but you get the idea. When you can do it overhead, you can see you can get it much neater. Put that Melon Mambo away, and we are going to stamp our slogan. I did Happy Stamper before. I'm going to go for the congrats for this one. So there's a little congrats there. As I said, this is a really good sentiment set as well. I'm just going to stamp that there. There we go. And finish off with a little flower, also in Tempting Turquoise, just in the middle there. There we go. And we are going to cut this out, and Stampin' Up being Stampin' Up and everything coordinating, of course there are some matching dies. So these obviously cut out the shirt, the t-shirt and the vest, as well as some of the little, you know, so there's a tie there, that would be really useful for Father's Day. You can even cut out the little flower that we've just stamped, and the sort of a banner scarf effect there. A collar, you could even do it, cut that out. So we're just going to grab the t-shirt for the time being. Bring in the Big Shot. I'm just going to pop that into position. There we go. I'm going to just pop a tiny little bit of washi tape, if I can find any to hand. Here it is. Kind of misplaced my magnetic platform. It's not something that you can use, so going back to old school of dies and washi tape. it'll turn up somewhere, I'm sure. It's one of those things, you put it away somewhere so you don't lose it, and then you forget where you've put it. Go through stages of tidying up my craft room, and then I go through stages of not being able to find anything in my craft room, because I tend to find when it's a bit of a mess, I know where everything is, and then I tidy up and I forget where I've put everything. Excuse me, my voice is going a little bit. Right, move the big shot out of the way. Oh, I need to go through one more time. Grab out our t-shirt, let's just pop that out. Peel off that little bit of washi tape. You can see how easy that was to cut that out nicely. Just move the big shot well out of the way there. And now we just need to build up our box. So let's get our scoring board in. And we'll keep our t-shirt to the side and use that very shortly. So with one of your edges at this side, oh, you can't see. Let me lift you up. There we go. Okay, we are going to score this along the long side at 2 3/4 of an inch and 3 1/4 inches. And we're going to score it on the short side at 1/2 inch and 3 1/4 inches. Okay, then turn it back up to the top, or to the long side, so you've got this line once again lines it with 2 3/4, and then we're just going to put a little score line at 6 inches just down to where it goes in the opposite direction. So just like that, can you see? Flip it over, so make sure you flip it over that way, so you've still got this, like this score line lining up at 2 3/4, and then again 6 inches there. Okay, right, put this away. Quick fold and burnish, and then we will be on making this up. Fold these in like that. Actually, I'm going to fold these the opposite way. You'll see why in a moment. So fold these in like that. So you want to make sure that you fold it in so that you have the larger panel that we scored at the top, and fold in towards that there. Then fold over and burnish, and that means that the bits where we stamped will actually now be, you can see that they're visible, and the bits we missed are inside. Okay, let's get our scissors, and we are going to cut up those 2 score lines in the center and just notch that out. Okay, same on the other side, notch that out. Okay, and then when we did those 2 little score lines at 6 inches, we're just going to cut those up and then take off that end piece there. Go down here and cut that off too. Okay, then we are going to get our fuse, which is here. And this is gonna, oh, one more thing before we fold it up. These 2 corners we're just gonna round off. Just makes it look a little bit nicer. This is gonna fold up and out like that. So we wanna put some fuse on these 2 strips. That's 1 and that's 2. Okay. And then fold this over. So that 1 and 2, there we go. Okay, that's looking pretty sweet, isn't it? I'm gonna get my hole punch. This is my this is my 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch hole punch, and we are going to go down to the center and about 1.5 inches from the top, and in the middle we're going to punch a hole. And then we're going to do another one about 1/2 inch further up, just on top of it, just like that. Can you see I've punched those 2 just by eye? Kind of coarse measure if you would prefer. On the example, I used the gorgeous, this is a white ribbon from the Spring Summer catalogue. Goes in the Sending Love suite. I think it's actually called Sending Love combo, and you get the white and the red together. For this one, I'm going to mix it up, and we're going to use some Melon Mambo. So what we're going to do is, firstly, so nobody gets an empty box, I'm going to grab I can't find them. I'll go back and add it later. I was going to pop in the embellishments, but I don't know where I put them. Here we go. Here's some embellishments. So I'll see those fit, or they should fit if it hadn't burst open. Oh, it's burst open. Here we go. Pop those inside. They fit in perfectly. And as I said, chocolate would do really well in here as well. I'm going to feed that melon. Sorry about that, my camera cut out because my memory card was full. I did actually make some room in it just recently, so I must have been filming a lot of videos recently. So before we cut off, what we were doing, and I'm just going to trim that, we were threading our baker's twine through one hole, up the top of our box, and out of the back, like that. Okay, then I'm going to bring it round the back. There we go. And we're just going to, just so it goes taut, just going to tuck it underneath that little loop we've made there. Pull that into the centre, something like that. And then we're just going to tie it off in a little knot. Something like that. Pull that taut. Then let's give this a snip here, there we go. And our t-shirt that we cut out earlier, we are going to pop that on with some dimensionals. I'm going to grab those so that there we go. Let's peel the backs off those. And that can just go centered over our baker's twine, just like that. And I think I actually like that colour combination better than this one. What do you think? Which do you prefer? They're both really, really quite sweet, aren't they? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to learn more about Stamping Up, buying products or joining my Stamping Up team, do head over to craftycarolinecreates.com or don't hesitate to get in touch. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.